Welcome back to Bloom. Although our individual caregiving journeys are unique, we all share one common experience: constantly navigating through the different challenges while providing care to our loved ones. To avoid feeling overwhelmed from a surge of emotions, taking time to care for yourself is essential. Joining us to offer tips for caregiver self-care during the pandemic is Ronnie Featherstone, the Director of Social Work for Suncoast Hospice. Welcome to Bloom, Ronnie.
Thank you, Gayle. It's quite an honor to be with you today.
Oh, likewise. We really appreciate you coming on the show. And, you know, under any circumstances, caring for a loved one is difficult. But now you factor in the pandemic, and it really is a balance.
It truly is, and to me, that's the operative word, is balance. You know, in my opinion, being a caregiver is, it's certainly one of the most rewarding roles we'll take on, but also one of the most challenging. And certainly the pandemic has not, it's really kind of turned our worlds upside down, so to speak. So, it's really important, I think, for folks to realize this and perhaps create some space for themselves, make it their own, and use it as a retreat when the stress and the stresses of the caregiving role become too much.
So what can we do to alleviate some of the stress that we're all experiencing, especially those in a caregiving position?
Well, we're social beings by nature. So, a lot of people right now are struggling with isolation and loneliness and sadness. So I think really it's imperative to connect with our existing support systems or networks, whatever that may look for you. But if you don't have one, it's a great time to build one. And build that with people that you can confide in, people that you trust.
Yeah, that's very important. We talk a lot about self-care, but can you give us some examples of things that we can do to kind of bring that level down of stress?
Absolutely. In hospice care, we always focus on, taking care of our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. So, I think there are some simple things we can, remember. So, again, I mentioned connecting with our support systems. Perhaps it's reading or binging, a series that you're really interested in. Journaling, one of my favorite things to do. And again, just being mindful of, making sure we're eating well, we're eating healthy, and avoiding stress eating. Keep, maintaining our hydration, drinking lots of water. And again, it's just, with technology available to us during the pandemic, let's use it to our advantage. So, a lot of the things and activities we used to do outside, we can do within, the confines of our home. So things like yoga, meditation, just practicing mindfulness.
Yeah, and we need to really reiterate that you have to take this time, because if you don't, you won't have the strength that you need to care for those that you love. So
true. And it does take strength. It does take, a strong commitment. And, in my years in the field, I've learned so much from talking with patients and families, and they are absolutely, those caregivers are committed to their loved ones. And, so I hope these tips are helpful in allowing them to continue in that role.
Well, they are incredibly helpful. And I think that sometimes when you're a caregiver, you feel guilty taking time for yourself. But again, you've given us so many ways to do just that. And we really do appreciate you joining us today on Bloom to share this advice.
Thank you so much for having me, Gayle.
All right, well, I definitely want to give you more information. You can always visit suncoasthospice.org. Ronnie, thank you, and we're going to be back with more Bloom right after this.